Alright, so today is our last day just by ourselves, doing our own thing. We've been at it for almost a week now, and then tomorrow we'll pack up and we'll head north to the Great Smoky Mountains. So tonight was our last kind of family night just by ourselves, and so we continued on the Georgia Traverse. We made it to Tray Mountain. We took the northern route. We didn't get too far before we picked a campsite, but we got a pretty good one. So we're right next to this creek. We got the tent and the awning set up. We even got our little outhouse tent set up back there. Girls are getting dinner ready.
Careful with that milk.
And then there's quite a bit of free space around here. Lauren and Leo were already checking out all the butterflies. I don't know if they're still around. But earlier they were just out that way. But it's actually pretty cool. It actually feels slightly less humid than it has been the last week. It feels like as we progress east and slightly north, it's getting less humid and slightly cooler. It may just be that we're lucking out on the weather finally. But I'm happy for that because first few days were miserable. But it looks pretty good here.
Yeah? Watch your step, Leo. Don't step on the butterfly. See all the butterflies? Oh, look at all of the butterflies. Mama, how many butterflies do you see? Like that. Ha! I can fit them. No, not over there. That's dirty. Open down. Open down. Open down. There's one butterfly. So many butterflies. That's too. Touch it. Oh, be careful. Don't hurt it. Just one. There's one. Hey. Don't push it. Just touch it. One. Two, 3, 4. 4 butterflies. To land on me. They don't really like me that much. Wow! Oh no! It's flying. Butterflies. So many butterflies. Wow. Don't try it. Don't try. Leo, put out your hand like this.
He's got one on his head.
Whoa. Leo, there's a butterfly on your head. Oh, it went away. He's like, what? This one. This that. Did you get a picture of that?
Doing a video.
Oh. This one. These ones really are fearless. They're even letting Leo touch them. Whoa. Oh no. You got scared. That's scared. That's scared. That's scared. No, don't worry. See if Daddy took your spot on the rock. You don't care? Don't get in the mud, Leo. That's gross. So many buffaloes. Oh my goodness, that butterfly really likes me because it keeps coming back and it's just like right here, all up in my face. Yeah.
In what?
Ground beef.
The water will cook up.
Lauren's almost done with the mac and cheese. Why do I put it in that? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. But
Is there cheese in it?
the water will dissolve, I mean the milk will dissolve the cheese.
So I'll put the cheese.
think today's Wednesday. So we've been doing this for about a week now, I think. Yeah, Wednesday's when we took off last week. Some of the cool parts about the trip have been the butterflies. Every single campsite we've gone to pretty much has had, I think, 3 different types of butterflies. Kind of these little ones that are mostly white with just a shade of blue. And then there's big old monarch, you know, yellow and black. And then some other really large butterflies. They're black mostly with like a kind of a deep blue indigo highlights. And so those have been good for the kids, especially Leo. He gets frustrated if there's nothing to do and he wants to go around and explore, so we can easily keep him safely occupied by looking for butterflies. This campsite had the most. There was a point where Leo and Lauren were playing with the butterflies and there was probably 20 of them. Let's see, yesterday we went through Helen, Georgia. Just unexpected, you know, we were just looking to find the closest town we could pop out to refuel, get some more ice, get a few things, and it just happens that that town has a German style to it, kind of like an alpine town. So we went to a place for lunch that makes schnitzel, spatzel, potato salad, fried cheese sandwiches, what else? And then oddly enough, well, they didn't have, they must not have their liquor license. There was a beer garden down the street, but we chose this other place just because of the food. They had a bunch of different flavored lemonades, which kids love that too. The waterfalls were really cool. That's why we stayed there an extra day. I did not enjoy the just dampness the first several days of this trip. Somehow, and it's not like we traveled that far, but you notice I'm wearing a jacket now. We got down to 50 last night, 52, when I turned on the 4Runner to check the temperature at 6:30 in the morning. And I don't know, it still feels sort of humid, but nowhere near what it's been the last few days. So I don't know if we just got a good turn in the weather, or if this area is just a different terrain and draws a different overnight weather. But it's nice to not be just wet and hot. One part of the trip that was definitely not fun, it was one of our first, probably our second or third night, we found a dispersed campsite. It was a pretty cool little spot, and so Jolene and the kids went to explore while I started setting things up. And I guess they must have brushed over a yellow jacket nest in the ground, because out of nowhere something popped out and started stinging Leo. He got a sting in his wrist and near his elbow, and then in both knees, and then maybe one in his back, I'm not sure. So that was kind of scary, but thankfully he didn't have any kind of reaction or anything like that. He was kind of a trooper too. He says, my leg hurts, but you know, he wasn't like totally freaking out or bawling or terrified all night. He got over it pretty quickly. So the plan today is we'll pack it up. There's still part of the trail. Let's see. We could backtrack out or we can continue on. I think we can continue on this section of the trail. It's about 50-50 because we're about halfway in. So I think we'll continue forward on this section of the trail, but then it meets up with a highway before it turns back east. So I think at that point we'll air up and head north towards the Great Smoky Mountains. At some point we will stop and refuel, get more ice, maybe buy some more food items or whatever. And then it's time for a staycation. We'll be in one spot for I think it's 6 nights. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, 6 nights. We'll be there with family. I think that'll be fun for these guys because they don't like having to be in the car so much, but for me, I really enjoy driving the trail, so we'll see.